some music going on in the background. All right, so today is the day Zur has arrived at the tower. He's in the hangar, quick and short, straight to the point. You get it. Um, so legendary upgrade modules, legendary shards, exotic engram from Zur. This is the point here. Save your shards. If you're a gamer, if you've been playing this game um, for any length of time, uh, there's something you're going to realize is that exotics are typically going to be coming from activities and quests, and that's a good thing. That's exactly the way exotics should be. But as you can see, I've more or less collected just about every exotic in the game, except for a couple of the raid-based ones like the Divinity, the Teraba. Uh, the Cloud Strike is from the Empire Hunts, which that's just going to be pure RNG. But again, it's only from the Empire Hunts. You will not get it from an exotic engram that you buy from Zur. Checking the power weapons, again, you can see there's the Anarchy, the Eyes of Tomorrow, those are raid weapons, 1000 Voices, Legend of Arceus, raid weapon. Then we go to the armors, and the Mask of Bacchus is a legendary Lost Sector. The Aetherius Embrace, I think that's also a legendary Lost Sector, but I have to double check. And then, of course, the Omni Oculus. I will never wear that armor. That is the most creepy looking armor ever made. So, what I'm basically saying is that if you're looking to get a power jump by getting the exotic engram from Zur, you're not going to get that power jump. You're going to get the power jumps from just doing regular pinnacle activities. Back in the old days, back in Destiny 1, getting an exotic was always a good thing. One, because it was an exotic. It was often sometimes something you didn't have, but also because it was also significantly higher power or light level than anything you had currently equipped. Not so these days anymore. It seems like I've actually have gotten some exotics that have been at my current power level and sometimes even lower than my current slot level. When I say slot level, that means like arms, heads, chest, legs, primary energy, and heavy weapon stuff. So we'll go over here to Zur. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I just spent 10 legendary shards to get an upgrade module. Of course, some additional materials, but you hear what I'm saying. And it's 97 to get an exotic engram. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this because I've got the shards and I can generate them pretty easily. But take a look at that. I just got the bombardiers. Now I've only used the stompies. Pretty much, if I use an exotic pants, I'm going to use these 1300. See, and if I go to collections. I've already earned the bombardiers, which is why I can get it from, you know. So we go to go here, and give me a second.
There is a door in the woods. It is opening. You will not find the Nine that way, but they will find you. Do not be alarmed. I know no reason to cause you harm. I have explained it the best that I can.
Realized I wasn't sure if I don't know if my mic is actually on or not. Let me see. Testing. Okay, so it is on. So,
The Nine.
I'm sorry if I've been talking without the mic on. Like I said, I'm unprepared, unprofessional. I spent 97 shards to get an exotic engram, basically.
I hope to be here again.
You spend 10 shards plus other materials that, I mean, who doesn't have weapon parts
The mind's eye is still
to get an upgrade
watching.
module? What I'm saying is that if you've gotten far enough in the game that you have most of the exotics, except for some of the ones that are very specifically tied to activities, like legendary lost sectors or the raid, chances are the exotic engram that you're going to buy from Zur is not going to give you a significant power jump at all. I just got the bombardiers, as you saw,
It is my fate
and if I
to
go
help
over
you.
here to my inventory,
This I know.
I could pull out the bombardiers for 7 shards, and again, glimmer and gunsmith parts. It will be 1100, but if I add the module, which is another 10 legendary shards, for 17 legendary shards, I can get any exotic item out of my inventory, out of my collections that I would pull from Xur off the exotic engram. That also goes for breaking tail, chasing this thing. Now, if you are going to get stuff from
You have fought everything else
the
that entered this
Lost Light
realm.
or whatever it's
Will you
called,
fight a planet?
let me see. I think it's that little archive next to the vaults. Oh, kind of like, there we go. So go for do the exotic ciphers. Don't, like I said, don't waste them on Xur. Don't waste your shards on Xur. Now, if he does sell some exotic armor or weapon that is a pretty decent light level, I mean, even then, it's better to just pull it from collections and upgrade it with something you already have in your inventory with the legend, because it's cheaper. This is what I'm talking about. So it's like, with spoils of war and stuff, you can go ahead and you do need an exotic cipher in order to open this up, plus a bunch of other materials. Yeah. And again, just to reiterate, the cost of an upgrade module.
Let's get you back out there.
Right there, 10 legendary shards. So you save the shards. Just save your shards get upgrade modules with them. Use them to masterwork, your weapons, your armor. Armor uses actually enhancement cores, I think, at a certain point. But save the shards for gear that you already have that you want to upgrade and improve their masterwork and stuff like that. Don't unless, like I said, unless there has something in the armored weapons in his standing inventory, don't waste your shards on the exotic engram. It's just not worth it anymore. I wish that Bungie would do something about that and make it something that's viable, but I mean, it seems like the Destiny 2 that is currently being played is really geared towards the new player experience, and that's okay. There are some things that you can do that you can that are beneficial for new player experiences or new character experiences, but something like Xur, he really should be more for the more experienced players also. He should be offering things for players who pretty much have everything, have already decided, like, 23 shards, that's still almost twice as much as what you could do if I could just went into collections and grabbed the knucklehead out of my collections and upgraded it to, and it's only 1300. I mean like, seriously, I'm like, 1304 helmet. Obviously I'm not a Titan or a Warlock, but again, 13 gauntlet, 1303 gauntlets, 1303 gauntlets. You saw me pull the bombardiers, and they're only 1300.
Even hunters must follow.
What
happens when every cell is dead?
So the game really is pushing you towards their pinnacle activities to get pinnacle gear. Well, that makes sense. That's not difficult. But again, just a short answer: save your shards. Use it for, like, come on. Like this palindrome. Of course, I'm not going to masterwork this palindrome because I really don't feel all that powerful with, Killing Wind. So you got Glimmer on this one.
I return to the tower to find it empty.
One of these is close. I don't know. I should upgrade this one. Let's go ahead and upgrade this one. I like this. Alright, so you go Glimmer. There you go. You start using shards. And then you start using shards and cores. And it's much easier. It's much more, I won't say efficient, but
If
it
you
is
are
better
here,
better
it means the
expenditure
Nine are
of
not done
your
with you
resources
yet.
to save the shard. I gotta get more cores. To save the shards for, upgrading your guns like that, or just, buying enhancement cores. So that's about all, really. Don't forget, Xur's here at the tower. He does selling some pretty good stuff. The Hunter and the Warlock gear has some pretty decent stat rolls, 64s. I could pull 66s out of my season pass armor, which I'm holding off on until it gets to close to level cap. But I mean, even though that's not going to matter, because by the time that becomes viable, it'll be the new season for me, because I don't play uh, as aggressively as other players do. In my group of players, I'm like the slowest progressing character in the game right now, which is not a bad thing. Is that dude? Okay, cool. He's just sitting there. I thought he was like fused into the floor like
Always
in the
something
Skyrim
new
glitch.
with
Anyway,
Electro.
thanks for stopping by, guys. Enjoy your game.